Hi, everybody. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I am so happy to be here and hanging with you guys. I hope your weekend was good, and I hope your Monday was good too. Mine was pretty productive for the most part, I guess. I had some doctor's appointments, dentist appointments for my kiddo, and but did get a lot of work done. So I'm feeling good about the week. I like it when I start strong. So I hope that you started your week strong as well. How is everybody? I hope you're staying cool too. Hello, Anita. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Miss Hazel. Danette is here. Hi, Gina. Hi, Anita. Leslie's in the house. Melody's here. So many people. Hi, Debbie. How are you? All right. So it's going to be a fun project. It's not a hard project, but it's a fun project. So if you guys will remember last week, we put together, we did a little design on the fly. We didn't really put together anything. We did a little design on the fly with the July bargain bead box, which I absolutely fell in love with because it was all about ice cream. And I had a whole lot of fun, like putting together little ice cream miniatures, like little charms, and we had a good time. I think we had a good time. I was really inspired by this box, and because I was so inspired by it, and because we didn't actually put together a full piece of jewelry last Tuesday, I wanted to put together a full piece of jewelry using the beads in this box this time. Or for this Tuesday rather. So that's what the plan is. Now, here's what I'm going to say about it. We are going to do stringing. It's not going to be a difficult project, but I'm going to do a whole set. We're going to do it's not a whole set because there's not going to be a bracelet, but we're going to do a necklace and then a chain necklace to go with it so you can layer the two, and then a cute little pair of earrings to go with them. So, I hope that you guys like this. I really, really do. I think it turned out quite beautifully, but I think it's all about the beads. This is not over the top ice cream, only with the exception of the earrings and the chain necklace that has a charm hanging from it. Okay, so the stringing portion of this is just a beautiful necklace that I think anybody could wear anytime they wanted to. So yeah, that's what the plan is. We're just going to string up a beautiful design. The stringing part will take a minute, of course, but we can just kind of hang out and relax, and then we will put together the two little additional pieces real quick to go with it. And I think that you'll like this set. I hope that you will, at least. All right, so I'm going to turn you around and we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, whoops, hold on. I still can't get used to the new buttons for this program that I use. Okay, so I'm going to be using, as you can see, some of my bead stringing wire for this one. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Miss Wendy. Hi, Catherine and Kathleen. It's so good to see you guys. All right, so I'm using some of my bright bead stringing wire, 49 strand, and I'm using the 0.015 inch. This one is my kind of my go-to. It's very comparable to the Art Beads one that I use a lot. So I like this one. If you're looking for a good supple bead stringing wire, this is a really, really nice one. There it is. All right, so we're going to be stringing the entire necklace. So hang on a second. This is not the one I want to use. I actually want to use this one. Scratch that. I was like, wait a minute, this is a little thin. This is not the one I want to use. So the one I want to use, hold on, I gotta turn my fan down. The one I want to use is the 0.18. I know that seems like I'm being a little picky, but I am a little picky. This one's a little bit thicker in diameter, and it's just really soft and supple. So the other one is good too. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little on the thin side. But the 0.018 inch is the one that I like the most. So that's what I'm going to use. Now I have to use a big piece because we're doing stringing for the entire necklace. So you want to be sure that you give yourself plenty of bead stringing wire for that purpose. And Kathleen says she'll be tying my snake knot soon. That's exciting. I haven't done a snake knot since we did them together. Should probably do some more of those. All right, so I'm going to grab myself a crimp. Hi, Valerie. And I'm going to thread my crimp bead on. And then I'm going to do my wire guardian. So we're going to go up through our wire guardian. Then we're going to go back down through the wire guardian. All right, down through the crimp. Danette, we would love to have you on Hardwired. Whenever you're ready. We're not going anywhere. We'll be there whenever you're ready. And the same goes for everybody. So Hardwired is open for enrollment this week. So if you are looking to be a Hardwired member, now is your opportunity to do so. We are open for enrollment. We would love to have you guys there. We have a lot of fun there. All right, so I'm going to place this into the back notch of the crimper tool, and I'm going to give that a squeeze. And then I'm going to turn that sideways and put that into the front notch and give that a squeeze. And then I'm going to come in with my cutter and I'm going to trim off. All right. Okie dokie. So let's see here. I'm going to pull up the picture just so that I can remember if I started with the metal bead or if I didn't. I did. All right. So if you guys remember all these beads from last week, these are the ones that I have pulled to put together this really easy stringing project. Now, I'm going to say that over and over again because I don't want anybody to show up and be like, wait, why are we not doing any wire doodles? We're going to do a little wire wrapping here in just a little bit, not a lot. But for the most part, this is just a beautiful stringing project. The necklace, I think, is quite beautiful. And these are the beads that I pulled and the bead caps and spacers that I pulled from the bargain bead box to put this together. I really kind of fell in love with this crackly green. And you guys know how I felt about these, the little flowers. So those are really kind of the main focus of this design. But I think you're going to love it. I think you're really going to love it. So we're going to start with a metal bead. And then we're going to do a section of 3 of the green crackles with metal beads in between each one. And fortunately for us, there were a ton of these metal beads in the box to work with. So that makes things easy. We don't have to worry that we're going to run out of beads for this. Nicole is in the house. 2 is in the house. Bonnie's here. My team is working hard in the comment section as always. All right, so we have 3 crackle beads. All right, then we are going to thread on one of the rose quartz beads. So basically right now we're just creating the length of this necklace because remember the whole thing is going to be strung. So we're just creating some beautiful length here, mixing together these crackle beads and the rose quartz beads. So we're going to do another 3. And just putting those metal beads in between each one. All right, and then we're going to do another rose quartz. We're going to drop those down. So again, just creating some really beautiful length here. I think the combination of these 2 beads is really, really nice. All right. Whoops. Would probably help if I actually put the beads on the bead stringing wire. Just saying. All right, then another 3. Wait till we get to the front of this necklace. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And as I mentioned, this is not over the top ice cream. Okay, like we're using the ice cream as our inspiration, but we're really just using these gorgeous beads. So for those of you who are not really into the whole whimsical ice cream thing, you're going to like the stringing project. And then maybe you'll like the little charm situation I put with it. Maybe you won't, but you can leave that part out because it's 2 separate necklaces. So, all right, we're going to do another of the rose quartz. So you're going to do 3 rose quartz on each side of the necklace. Okay. And then we're going to do another little section of the green crackles. And then we're going to start putting together the focal section, which is the middle of this beautiful necklace. So another 3. of the green. I can't wait for you to see the center. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. Like I can't decide if I want to keep this necklace for myself or if I want to put it in the Etsy shop. I just can't decide. Okay, so we've created these little sections here. So 3 of the crackle, rose quartz, 3 of the crackle, rose quartz, 3 of the crackle, rose quartz, 3 of the crackle. Okay, now this is where we're going to change things up a little bit. So we're going to do a metal bead and we're going to drop that down. Okay, then we are going to do a bead cap facing the metal bead, right? So it's going to go on like that, like a little hat. Okay. Then we're going to do one of the rhinestone spacers. Then we're going to do another bead cap and another metal bead. So when we thread this on, this is actually going to create its own little bead. Look how pretty that is. And it's nice and stationary because we're using those metal beads on either side to really make that nice and stable. It's not going to wiggle around on our bead stringing wire. Okay. Then we are going to do another green and another metal. And we're going to do one more of those. So we're going to do a total of 3 of these little sections. Okay. So making sure you've got your metal beads on there, you're going to do your bead cap, your crystal spacer, your bead cap going the other way, and then your metal bead. And you're going to drop that down. So that makes 2. We're going to do one more. So our green bead goes on, and then our metal bead. Where's the best place to buy rhinestone spacers? So I really like the bargain bead box ones, just because they are affordable and you can buy a bunch of them. Michael's is always a good place to grab them. Art Beads, when they have them, they don't always have them in stock on Art Beads because the design team kind of goes through them pretty quickly. So you can blame us for that. There's a lot of good places, but I think what you want to look for is the quality. And there's a difference between a crystal spacer and just a glass spacer. So the ones from Bargain Bead Box, I assume, are just the glass. You know, they're just glass. They're not like Prestige or Swarovski. But if you can find the ones that have the Prestige or Swarovski, that's why I say Art Beads is a really good place to get them, because the ones on Art Beads are Swarovski crystal. They are really, really nice quality. Really, really nice quality. So it really just kind of depends. The Bargain Bead Box ones, they're great. They're inexpensive. You can buy a ton of them. If you want to invest in some, I would recommend Art Beads for the ones that have, or anywhere where you can find the ones that have the Swarovski Prestige crystals in them. All right, so we've done 3 of those, which are really beautiful. Now we're going to switch things up a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to pop in some of those flower beads. So we're going to do another metal bead. Okay. Now we are going to do, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We didn't mean to do a metal bead. Take that metal bead off of there. No, no, no. No metal bead here. We're going to thread on a flower. And then we're going to do the same thing with our little spacers and our bead caps. So we're going to do bead cap, spacer, bead cap opposite direction, another flower, and then another green bead. Right? Is that not gorgeous? We have just the right amount of sparkle with this. Just the right amount. All right? We're going to do a total of 3 of these little flower sections, and we're going to separate those out with the metal beads. So pop a metal bead in. Whoops, do another green, a flower, It is, Danette. We do 2 lives a week. We do a live with our weekly project on Tuesdays, and then we get back together on Thursdays for what we call Casual Thursday, where we do an easy project and just hang out and chat with each other. It's so much fun. All right. And then another metal bead. All right. Look how pretty. We're going to do one more. I think this turned out beautifully. I really, really do. And this minty green and pink is not necessarily something I would have put together myself, which is why I love Bargain Bead Box so much, because they put together color palettes that I normally just wouldn't think of putting together. So I really appreciate that, because it gives me an opportunity to work with and to kind of open up my mind in using color palettes that are not my everyday choices. And I find that I come up with some of the best pieces that way. All right, there's number 3. So that is the center of our necklace, right? And so now we're going to repeat our 3 little crystal sections and then our length. And then we're going to put together another little something to go with this. But I think this is a beautiful necklace all by itself. Like, it's just beautiful. It's soft. It's feminine. It's so, so pretty. It would. Sandy says it would be pretty as a bracelet too. Absolutely would be pretty as a bracelet. If I had had more of the flower beads, I definitely would have done a bracelet to go with this. All right. So now we are going back into our little pattern with our bead caps and our spacers. So our bead caps going on, our spacer, our bead cap in the other direction, and a metal bead. So pretty. All right. And then same thing. So bead cap. Wait. Just kidding. Putting on a green bead. I want to leave out the green beans. I don't know. Green beans. The green beads. I love them. I need to stop trying to push those out because they're so pretty. Oh, Anita. Anita said last week she made her first macrame bracelet. I love it. And I'm so glad that I was able to help you with that. That is fantastic. That makes me feel good. I don't have on jewelry today, you guys. I have my watch on. To be completely honest with you, I'm not feeling the greatest. I don't know if I just didn't sleep well or if I slept wrong or hard or what, but my entire existence is hurting today. My entire back, my shoulders and my neck are killing me, like hurting so, so bad today. I did it again. I missed the green bead. And I'm just not feeling super great. So I did not, I didn't feel like putting on my jewelry. I did put on my watch because I feel naked without it, but I'm just not feeling good. Just having one of those days where I'm not feeling my best. And on those kinds of days, the jewelry gets left behind. Thank you. I will feel better. I think I just slept wrong. I'm not entirely sure because I don't feel like I have like the flu or a cold or anything. I'm just worn out and my body aches today. All right. You know how when your back hurts so bad, it's like even taking a deep breath messes with those muscles in your back. That's how I'm feeling today. So it's making me feel very sluggish. All right. So now we're ready to transition into our length. And as you remember, our length is just the beautiful green crackles and the rose quartz. So crackle, metal bead, Crackle. Yes, Danette, you can. Listen, I love it. Danette is asking lots of questions in the comments about Hardwired. And I think that they are worth addressing. I know that everybody in the comments is talking about them, but I want to say so too, because I don't want you to be intimidated by joining Hardwired. In Hardwired, we do upper level beginner to intermediate style projects, but I teach them in a way that I like to think makes it really easy to understand. So I tell people, if you are comfortable with your basics being wrapped loops, simple stringing, and simple knotting, then you are ready to take the next step into Hardwired. We call it Hardwired just because it sounds good. I mean, it's like you're hardwired. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, it's one of those things, but it doesn't mean that it is a hard class or a hard place to be. It's really not. I try to teach things in a way where we build on our basics and we grow together. And sometimes I'll do a project that's hard, but I try to break it down and I encourage everybody to at least try out the technique. And you can rewatch the projects over and over in as many times as you want to. You can ask me for help. You can ask the other members for help, and you would be quite surprised. I find that the projects that look very, very intimidating tend to be the ones that are quite easy, actually. And we have a lot of fun. There's no pressure. It's just a great place to hang out and really kind of further your skills. I've been absolutely amazed at how many incredible jewelry designers have come out of Hardwired. Just people who did not even know how talented they were until they built their confidence up enough to give it a shot and really just became incredible designers. So if you're even thinking about it, or if you just want to try it out for a month, you can. If it's not for you, no hard feelings. But I think you would be surprised. It's a great place to be. We have a lot of fun. And we do more than just wire projects. For instance, let me show you what our project this week is. So this week, we're actually doing macrame. We mix things up a little bit. So this week, we're doing a little macrame project. We're doing macrame around a component and creating these cute little earrings. So wire is not the only thing that we do. It used to be what our main focus was, but this year I have really tried to kind of open us up to some more things. We've done some great loom projects. We do wire projects, but that's not the only thing that we do there. So we'd love to have you. If you're interested, come on over. I mean, the worst that can happen is you could get there and decide that it's not for you. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to like be mad at you. Also, that being said, there's a lot of people that come and go because life happens. You know what I mean? So if you come and you stay for a couple of months and then bills get tight and you gotta stop for a little while and come back later, that's okay too. I don't hold it against anybody. I want you to come, get what you need from the group. If that means you're there for 2 months or if you're there for 2 years, that's awesome. It's just an extension of this already incredible community. It's a smaller group. We do a lot of laughing. We gossip and we giggle, but we also work hard and build our skills to become the best that we can be. And it's a fun place. I'd love for you to be there. All right. So now I am at the end here, except I am missing some of my metal beads. So I'm going to have to grab, there's one that wandered away. Grab another one from my box. Oh, Cindy, thank you. I'm glad you didn't give it up. I'm so glad that you didn't give it up. It should be a fun thing to do, and it should be no pressure, you know? All right, so we're at our last greens. And remember, we're not done after this. We're going to put together a pretty little chain and charm to go with this, so you can layer them up if you want to. And then we're going to do a quick little pair of earrings to go with this. So It's open at the end of every month and the beginning of the month. So it's usually about 7 to 10 days when we're open for enrollment. And we do it that way just so that everybody's invoices go out at the same time. It just kind of makes life easier so that everybody's invoices go out at the first of the month. So we're open for enrollment right now. And if you'd like to come on over. If not, then I will remind you guys again when it's open again. Don't worry. I won't forget. All right, now we're going to crimp. Yes, it's open for enrollment right now. All you got to do is go over to the Facebook group and apply to be a member. And when you apply to be a member, be sure you answer the questions. That's how we know how to get in contact with you for your invoicing and everything. But if for some reason Facebook doesn't send you questions, reapply, because sometimes Facebook's kind of weird about that. But we got to have the answers to those questions in order to get you set up in our invoicing system. And I say we, but it's totally two. She handles all of that. She and Bonnie and Kathy do all the mathing. I don't do any of the mathing. I'm not the math person. All right, so we're going to go ahead and crimp, and then we're going to add our hardware to this. All right. And is it on Facebook Live or YouTube? It's on YouTube. So the group is over on Facebook, but the lives happen on YouTube, just like here. But they're privated so that people can't see them unless you are a Hardwired member, because people pay to be there. So obviously we don't want just anybody to have access to those lives. All right, we're going to add the hardware to the back of this, which for me, you guys know what that means. I'm just doing a lobster clasp and a couple of jump rings, but you could put a really pretty clasp on this if you wanted to. And then we are going to put another necklace to go underneath this, because we talked about not really knowing what to do with the spoon. We didn't really know what to do with the spoon. So I put together a little necklace to go underneath this, to layer with this, using the spoon. So we're going to do that real quick, and either put it with it or don't. I mean, you're not going to hurt my feelings one way or another, but there was some chain in the bargain bead box. So we're going to use that chain, and we're going to put together a little, it makes me laugh. We're going to put together a little pendant. Okay. We're going to use these guys. These were also in the box as well. And when I looked at these, we were talking on Tuesday, we were like, how do you make like a parfait cup or like a little cup for your ice cream? Turn this upside down. Turn this upside down, and all of a sudden it becomes a little bowl or a little parfait cup for your ice cream. Like, the bargain bead box people that put these together, they crack me up, because they see things and it may take me weeks to see it, days. And I'm like, this was one of those where I was like, oh, well, now I get it. However, we're going to use it this direction as a little connector. But do you see, like, I had one of those duh moments, which I thought was really funny, but we're going to use it this direction. Okay. And we are going to put our spoon on ours. Now, I have taken the bail off of the spoon, so I'm just going to use a little jump ring to attach it. So I'm going to take my jump ring, using a little 4mm jump ring. I'm going to attach that to the spoon, and then I'm going to put that on one of the outside loops on this. All right, so we have a little spoon on this side, and obviously we need some ice cream to go with it. So I'm going to take, hold on, head pin, and we had head pins in the bargain bead box. So I'm going to take one of the head pins. Oops. Okay. And we're going to make one of our little ice creams that we made last week. All right, so I'm going to take a metal bead and I'm going to drop that down. Then I'm going to drop down one of the cones. Okay. And then I'm going to thread on one of our little flowers to sit right down inside that. And then a green crackle. I'm going to put one of the smaller bead caps on top of that. Looks like a drizzle of chocolate or caramel or whatever you want it to be. And then a metal bead on the top for the cherry. Okay, we're using our imagination here, obviously. All right, then I'm going to do a wrapped loop. So I'm going to bend the wire, come in with my round nose pliers. So we're going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then we're going to wire wrap in that space. Okay, and then I'm going to trim off the excess. Right? Food talk. This group, all we do is talk about food. And I'm telling you, this box was perfect for us because of that. All right, now I'm going to take a 6mm jump ring, a little bit bigger this time, just so that it hangs a little more even with my spoon. But I'm going to thread 6mm jump ring onto that. And then I'm going to put that on the outer loop. Yes, Dennett, you can see the whole library. You can see the pictures and the projects and all the things. We just ask that you don't share them outside. All right, so here's my little charm. I got my little ice cream and my spoon to eat it with. And then I'm going to take another 6mm jump ring and I'm going to thread that on to the top. Close that back. I'm going to thread this onto my pre-cut piece of chain. And then I'm going to put a jump ring on the back. So this you can layer, and if you don't like this part, that's fine. Like, that's totally fine. Not everybody's going to like the cute little whimsical charm part of this, and I'm okay with that. But I made it into a separate necklace instead of making them attached to each other so that you can decide whether or not you want to wear them both. Maybe some days you just want to wear one or the other. But it layers really nicely with our necklace that we already made. So you've got your, look how cute that is. So you've got this beautiful feminine little necklace that you can wear anytime you want to. If you're feeling a little whimsical, you can put on the chain part that has your little spoon and your ice cream, because we're fun and we love fun, right? And then if you want to put together a cute little pair of earrings to go with it, we're going to put together a sweet little pair of earrings to match. So we're going to take another one of the head pins. Okay. And we're going to thread on one of our flowers. And I had a bead cap, one of the bigger bead caps. Okay. Then our little rhinestone spacer. And then we're going to thread on our green crackle. We're going to do a bead cap and then another bead cap going in the opposite direction, and a metal bead on top, just to kind of change things up. Like, it's still all the same, very similar elements, but kind of just changing the patterns up just a little bit so that it's not stagnant, you know. It all goes together, works really well. The stacking is similar but a little different, right? So now we're going to do a wrapped loop and add our ear wire, and this is done. I love this set. I think it turned out so cute. So if you're feeling like you want to be a little dressy, you can just wear the top layer, or you could do the top layer and the earrings, or just the earrings, or just the chain if you're feeling a little ice creamy and whimsical, or you can put the whole thing together and you've got this really fun set that's really beautiful. Like, it's whimsical, but it's also beautiful because it has a little bit of sparkle to it. And I don't know, it just, I really, really enjoyed this. I cannot begin to tell you how inspired I was with this box. And I hope that the Bargain Bee Box people know. I hope that Lauren knows that they nailed it. And they usually do. They usually do an incredible job. I mean, I don't think that it's exaggerating to say that they hit the nail on the head every month. But this one really inspired me. Really, really inspired by the whole thing. And I think that we put together a beautiful and fun little set of jewelry. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We like to wear our ice cream. I just think it's super cute. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. I thought, you know, the get together that we had last week where we did a little design on the fly, I thought it was a whole lot of fun. It was a great way to troubleshoot and to come up with some cute little ideas, but then to put it all together this week and put together a full piece of jewelry, I think really did the box justice. It needed me to give it some extra attention, and I was not ready to let it go. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to turn this around for you, and I'm going to show you what this looks like on the bust so that you can see it all hanging together. And then we will go for a little while. Hardwired will be meeting this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So Hardwired, don't be forgetting. What kind of grammar am I? Don't be forgetting. What is wrong with me? Don't forget. All right, so we're going to layer on our first piece, which is our cutie patootie little spoon and ice cream. I love it. I think it's adorable. All right, so we have that. And we are going to layer on our beautiful necklace, which is just gorgeous, by the way. So layer all that together. I can hook it on to the bust so that it's all straight. That doesn't mean I'll hold it straight. You guys know how I am. Whoops. And of course, mess it up a little bit. But there you go. Look how pretty. It's so cute. It's so, so cute. And it would be helpful if I could hold it straight up and down. I love the necklace itself. The beaded necklace. It's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. I love the little bead cap spacer components because it's like we just made our own little beads out of those, you know, and you can do that with things that you've got in your own stash. You don't have to just have the Bargain Bead Box to do those kinds of things. You can create those fun little things anytime you want to. And then, oops, we have our little earrings to go with, which are adorable. It's just a fun little set. Sorry, guys, it's awkward because everything's backwards. That if you ever wonder, like, why can't she hold things the right way when she shows us, it's because it's all backwards. It's not natural. So my left and right are opposite each other, and it just makes it kind of weird. But aren't they cute? Oh, I love it so, so much. And then if you're just not feeling that one, if you're just not feeling the chain, that's okay. It's okay, right? Because it's just a gorgeous necklace. Again, it'd be nice if I could hold that correctly on here. What in the world? There we go. Isn't it pretty? Yep. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this because I had so much fun. I was inspired. We got to hang out and really kind of play around with this box twice, which I think is cool. And I don't know, maybe in the future we should give Bargain Bead Box like more love. Maybe we should do exactly what we did this month, next month, where the first day when we open it, we go through it, we just do a little design on the fly and like talk about what's possible. And then the next time we get together, we do a full-blown project. I love how it worked out this month. I don't know that it will always work out that way, but I'm considering doing that again just because I think it was fun. I think that it got everybody's creative juices flowing, and talking through some of the possibilities really inspired you guys. We inspired each other. You guys inspired me. It was just fun. So maybe we'll do it this way again. I think it was cool. I think it worked out. And I think that I made a really nice piece of jewelry, or a little set of jewelry. And I don't always get to put together a full set. So I thought it was cool. I had fun. I hope you did too. All right, my friends, I am out of here. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my back so bad. Oh, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Emmys. Thank you so, so much for using our super stickers. We appreciate you so much. Everybody's support means so, so much. All right, so I'm out of here. Hardwired will be meeting this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and Hardwired is open for enrollment. So if you would love to come and be a part of it, now is your opportunity to do so. We would love to have you. Anything else I need to tell you guys? I don't think so. Have an amazing rest of your week. I'll be back with you guys on Friday at 1 p.m. for our Feel Good Friday show. So set your reminders for that. And in the meantime, go make something beautiful, fun, whimsical, sparkly, whatever makes you happy. Okay. I love you. Bye.